I'm a huge Rich Eisen fan. I think he's probably the best mainstream media guy there is. But I got a bone to pick with you, Rich. Let's talk Lions. Woo! Welcome back to an all-new episode here at Let's Talk Lions. Appreciate you all being here. Look, I'm a huge fan of Rich Eisen. I think Rich Eisen is probably the best mainstream media member that there is. That's just my opinion. You might differ, you might think differently, but I love him. I love his takes, and I love his honesty and the approach to it. Now, I'm going to say this, Rich. I think you've made a very bad decision here in putting out your a bit too early NFL power rankings. We all know that power rankings are just kind of like a tool to get people riled up. Well, you friggin' did it, Richard, because I'm riled up. Riled right up. Dude, my man puts out a top 10 list. And you know what? I'm just going to play it. Here we go. Let's start at number 10.
Number 10 on the list. They're still hanging on at number 10. I still need to see what this team's going to do with two new coordinators. Still need to see it. Lions are still 10. They're down a spot from my way too early.
Not a chance. Rich, 10 out of the entire NFL. You're going to tell me that the Detroit Lions are the 10th best team right now. There is... Okay, Rich. And
they're number 10 on the list. They're in the top third of the league.
Who could be ahead of them?
The Detroit Lions, Dan Campbell saying that the defense is still ahead of the offense. I might be a little challenge here saying, hey, Ben Johnson's not around here anymore. But we still have the same guys. Let's go.
You're going to tell me you're going to put the Detroit Lions, the number 1 seed last year, 15-2. Yes, knocked off in the first round. Don't worry. I understand that. I know that. But you're going to tell me you're going to put them at the 10th spot in the NFL? Who's better than them? I'll make the argument. I'll tell you right now. We know that Baltimore is. We know that Philadelphia is. We know that Kansas City is. And we know that Buffalo is. Okay? I'll put those 4 ahead of us all friggin' day. But who else are you going to put ahead of us? Let's find out.
Not one spot's my guy. I love that Mike Mayock is now including this quarterback in a Super Bowl winning worthy quarterback. Somebody who can win it all. I've got the Buccaneers at 9. I'm putting the
Hold on, Rich. No way. Am I going to say, yeah, definitely. Tampa Bay is better than the Detroit Lions. In what regard? Listen, Baker Mayfield, I think the man has come into his own. I think the man has figured it out. He is where he belongs. I like the wide receiver core. However, they are not better than the Detroit Lions. Continue.
One spot from my way too early. Now just a bit too early power rankings. That rolls on with the Chargers back on the list.
No.
Keenan Allen's back too.
Whoa.
Keenan Allen's back too.
I don't care that Keenan Allen's back. The Chargers are who the Chargers have been until they prove otherwise. You're going to put them 8 on this list? You're going to put them 8? Absolutely not. In fact, Tampa Bay is better than LA. Not a chance. The Chargers do what the Chargers do every friggin' year. They give you hope. They say, don't worry, we're going to knock Kansas City off. We promise we're going to do it this year. And then they flounder and they fail and they look awful in the playoffs.
Love that signing.
Love it.
8 on the list, but they're 1 behind the team that stays like before. The Denver Broncos are 7. The Denver Broncos sitting there at 7.
Absolutely not. This is ludicrous. This is honestly ludicrous. Again, Tampa Bay better than Denver, in my opinion. I think LA at 10, fair. Yeah, sure, great. I think Denver at 9. And then you put Tampa at 8. Then he goes on, you got Buffalo at 6, and he makes it the whole way down. Washington is the other, there's a few teams that I am more than willing to argue and have a debate about, saying, hey, where do they rank in coordination with the Detroit Lions, right? Again, the ones that are better, Buffalo, Baltimore, Philly, Kansas City, for sure. Teams that I'm willing to have a debate about to say, yeah, no, okay, all right, well, what about this? I'll go with LA Rams, and I'll go with the Washington Commanders. After that, You're going to tell me that Denver, you're going to tell me that LA, and you're going to tell me that Tampa are better than the Detroit Lions, that they have more. Now, and again, I get it with the whole coordinator thing. However, John Morton was a part of the building of this process. And Kelvin Shepard has been here, and he's making that move, that step up. The potential of Aragorn coming into his own after being a Ranger in the North for all these years. But I was watching this, or I was listening to this on my way to work this morning, and immediately frustrated. I was like, there's not a chance on God's green earth that the Lions are sitting at 10 and that you've got Denver, LA, and Tampa Bay ahead of them. No. I would accept Washington. I'll accept LA. I'll accept the Rams. I'll accept some of these other teams and say, yeah, okay, that's fair. That's a great argument. Let's discuss it. But Rich, Mr. Eisen, my friend, lifelong dream to come on your show. I would love to have this argument with you because that's tomfoolery, shenanigans, malarkey. That's the big three. So if I had to put the Lions in a power ranking situation, they're going to sit at 5 or 6. We could argue about 7 because of the coordinator situation. 7 would be a fair assessment. But 10? Get out of here.